yeah.
And that was something for the ladies. What was the name of that one again?
Spend the night. That's for all the people that just left the club. Thought you got a bad one on your arm. You feel you want to take her home, serenade her, you know.
Yes,
spend the night, and then y'all go from there.
Okay, and see, that's why I'm not mad at you, because I know some people would say, well, trying to have sex on the first night, that's very irresponsible. However, Philly's own Teddy Pendergrass, come on and go with me, you know, and the last person they found him spending the night with wasn't even a woman. She was just dressed like one. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
To each his own.
But I'm just saying.
This after the accident?
Well, the chick he was in the accident with was a hermaphrodite or something like that, wasn't it? I don't know. I thought it was
wandering down a blasphemous road talking about crazy. Teddy. Let's leave him alone. No.
I love him too. You know what I always loved about Come On and Go With Me? He's like Keith Sweat. The stuff he was saying, he couldn't get away with if he wasn't Teddy Pendergrass. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, so tell us about what it's like to be Garden State Pusher. How'd you come up with that name and all that good stuff?
I mean, the name basically came from the fact that, I'm in South Jersey. I lived out here, grew up out here, all that, but I also spent a lot of time up North Jersey, the Newark area, Middlesex County, New Brunswick, Saraville, Old Bridge. So I always beat up the Parkway. So it was like, the name kind of stuck with the fact that, along with some other things, I was pushing my music, pushing my buzz and getting all that. So it kind of stuck with me, like Garden State Pusher is like, it's my home. AC is where I'm from. Garden State Pusher is just, Jersey, represent. Then I got it tatted on my neck, just to let everybody from out of town know, no, I'm not from New York, I'm not from Philly, I'm from Jersey. So when you see this, you on that highway, then you know, oh, this is Jersey. So everywhere I go, they're like, oh, where you from? Sound like you from New York? I'm like, nah, I'm from Jersey. What part? Lang City. Oh, my grandmama used to go there. Like, all right, well, you know about it.
Okay. What would you attribute the fact that people know you throughout the city, throughout the area, even people who don't listen to street hip hop, know your name and some of your songs?
I just putting in work. See, a lot of people, well, rappers, I'm gonna say, even just artists, period, they forget to put in the groundwork and expect the buzz and I guess the fame and all that good stuff right away as soon as they start. But me, I did it the old school way, I'm gonna say. I know it's a lot of people that's up in that genre of old school. So
not in here.
I know y'all
not in here. Not in here.
I can relate a little better. You feel me? I'm 27, so I'm talking about that era where you really had
to go is old school for you, right?
Yeah. Like, that's old. He was like a rap James Brown. So
wow.
I was like a shake fast, but it was like so like with me, I took it back to the essence. To me, it's like, all right, if you really want to get out there and get your face out there, it's a little more than just online and saying, hey, press play to this, that, and the third. You gotta really be out there, man. Press up some CDs, do some showcases, jump in some ciphers. Like a lot of the real elements of hip hop is gone right now. So everybody's so prima donna before they get in the game that they forget how to actually, get that buzz. So then when they get to a person like you or a person that, has the right to put them in that position where they need to be, then it's like, you have no type of nothing to offer that person. So why would he even want to waste his time looking at you? And I guess that's how I got to where I'm at right now. It was just grinding, you know what I mean? Putting in that work with my team.
Yeah. Well, one thing I want to do is, I want to do for younger people or other people or rappers or whoever, what other folks did for me and for other rappers back in the day. You couldn't get on everybody's radio show, but there were some people who would open some doors and allow some rappers to come on and do some stuff. And some of them didn't like rap at all, but they said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. So, and I'm not saying that I don't like you, but I'm just saying, if a rapper can carry himself right, professionally, whatever, I'll give you a shot to come up here and you know, party with us old heads and and so on. Let me ask you this. You know, you asked me behind the scenes whether I was going to beat you up about this rap stuff. I'm not going to beat you up, but I am going to ask you to kind of represent for your generation on this question. Why do, you know, you see all these quote unquote, quote, for lack of a better word, street rappers who want mainstream fame and money? Why do they continue to make street songs that can't be played on the radio and then get mad that they don't get radio play?
I mean, to me, I look at it as, like, it goes back to the grind situation. It goes back to the mind frame that you got coming into the music situation. Like I said, I came from the era where you had to really go into a cipher and really prove that you had lyricism, you could spit, you could rap.
Wow, okay.
So like, it's like, with the word lyricism?
Lyricism, I haven't heard anybody heard
that was a big word. That was a big word. That was a big word.
I did do, you know, 2.5 years of college.
Okay, all right. I ain't mad at you.
But nah, but it also goes like a lot of the rappers nowadays, I guess the new wave rappers, everything's a trend. So it's like, all right, if you don't have originality, it's like, who can I follow that everybody else likes? So if you got a person like Lil Wayne that's, you know, you watched him grow up from his whole career and you know he never busted a gun in his life, he never did this, that, and the third.
Right,
but you see that everybody is loving what he's saying, then to that person with no originality, he's going to say, all right, well, if I do it like this or follow that formula, maybe I could get, and it don't work like that.
Because you know what, real talk, I love Jay-Z, but if you talk about shooting somebody one more time,
like, for real, man,
I'm really going to think about throwing all of the stuff I bought by him out. If he ever in the room with a gun, somebody need to slap him. You're not shooting nobody.
But then again, it's like, all right, that's like saying, why would a director make a movie with a bunch of killing, you know,
yeah.
So
let me say for you, let me say to Jay's defense, one of my favorite albums by him is the one where he has, oh gosh, now I'm drawing a blank.
I think.
I know he just talks about being 30 and being growing up and having a nice car and knowing enough not to put the rims on it. Kingdom Come. And all my friends, I mean, people my age trashed it and said, "No, I don't like that." Then he came out with American Gangster and they loved it. And I was like, "Oh, are you crazy? You know, he ain't no American Gangster. I mean, he just whatever." So
I think honestly, it really go back to the fans. Because
exactly,
the fans put so much of a demand on what they want to hear opposed to what they need to be hearing or what they should be hearing. Because you could have 10 fans in a room that'll say, yeah, I want that shoot 'em up, bang, bang type stuff. And then when you give it to them and you don't project it to them the way they need to hear it, then it's like, well, that's not really what we wanted. We should have done this. So it's like,
I feel you.
It's not us, per se, the hip-hop artists, but then you have some of the people that just take that to the left field and think they got it when they really don't.
I feel you, because the craziest record I ever heard in my life was 10 Crack Commandments, and I love that joint to death.
That's a classic.
You know, so
and that made 90% of the probably everybody in the hood just go pick up a pack out of nowhere. Everybody's just a drug dealer, but it's like, how can you knock Biggie? You can't kill the messenger. Like it's like, well. You know what I mean? You feel me?
Wow.
But it's like you can't knock a person. You can't knock the artist for giving people what they want to hear. Like to me, I like the old, the older music opposed to the newer music. Like I don't listen to nobody but my team because, like right now they're spitting what's relevant and what I like to hear, opposed to me pressing play to Lil Wayne or pressing play to Tiger, like Rack City. That's come on. Like it's just a lot of things.
I think Miss Pleasantville like Rack City.
You like Rack City?
You missed the face. He's joking.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, like it's just no. It's no.
Okay.
Substance.
Who the first time when you heard Rack City though didn't nod your head?
I was in the strip club when I did though. It's a different.
First time I heard it,
it was the element. Yeah, it's the element.
Because he was in the
I was like,
it's different.
I wasn't in the strip club, but when I heard it, I was like, okay, you know, I can nod my head to it. But,
See,
you know.
a lot of people ain't know what Rax was until you jumped in the element to where that song belonged. You can't play that song on the radio 100 times a day when you're going to work, and it's like...
I'll give you another one. Who is it? Rick Ross was talking about, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover.
But this is the same guy that
I nodded my head, and I liked the song till I found out who Larry Hoover was and what a Big Meech was, and then I stopped playing it.
And his actual name, Rick Ross, is an actual drug dealer from the West Coast. You know what I mean? He really did that. He came home from prison and snatched his name back because, you know, here's a CEO, a correctional officer, that's perpetrating a fraud, using his name to get fame. And it's like, that's where a lot of the lines are drawn with hip-hop and certain other stuff. Is like, you can't expect so much from an artist when you're demanding certain things from that artist. It's
so
like,
I guess what I'm announcing here on national radio or whatever is that I'm also a hypocrite because I give Biggie a pass for 10 Commandments, but when I found out who Larry Hoover was, I kind of chilled with the Rick Ross stuff. I didn't cut him off. I mean, if I'm somewhere and they playing